I ask Bonspiel organizers Ray Pavlov and Tom Traversy to offer a toast to the piper. We gather with pride here today beneath this beautiful, powerful, and enduring symbol. I thank veteran Ernie Wathy for the use of this flag that has seen our country from atop the Peace Tower. We must begin this special ceremony, our opening of the first Curlers Care Bonspiel, with a gracious and heartfelt thank you to our very special guests, the veterans, active service, and reservist members of the Canadian Armed Forces who are here with us. We also offer our thanks to those who serve our safety in the OPP, EMS, and fire services.
Today, we as a community wish to publicly say thank you for your service and the sacrifices that you have personally made on our behalf. We want you to know, before it's too late, that we are grateful for the role you filled as part of our Canadian Armed Forces. We know there is a personal cost, not only to you, but to your families, and so we honor them as well today. Today we launch a new initiative that we trust will spread across our country, that will raise the funds needed to address the needs that you may have as a result of serving on our behalf.
And now, to officially begin the Bonspiel, the ceremonial first rock will be thrown by longtime club member and an honored guest here today, veteran Ralph Burgess.
The first annual 2-4 Supporting Our Troops Bonspiel, hosted by the Parry Sound Curling Club in support of troops, veterans, and their families, was a tremendous, successful event. 48 teams participated.
My oldest daughter is Captain Shannon Glennie in the Royal Canadian Dragoons. She was in Afghanistan for 2 tours of duty. And we're very pleased to be here today, both my wife and I, to be part of this Bonspiel to support the troops and support the Canadian Military Families Association. Military Families Association is a wonderful group of people. I think the hardest thing I ever did in my life was put my daughter on an airplane to go to a war zone twice. And of course we're very thankful that she came back in good shape. Thank you for the service you have done. We understand that you've gone through a lot and that it's been a difficult experience for you. It's something that'll change you forever. It certainly changes the family. And I think it's just to acknowledge what they did and the fact that we appreciate it and we will not forget it.
I really appreciate that curlers are willing to support and show their appreciation for a military community by having a Bonspiel like the 2-4 Bonspiel that the Parry Sound Curling Club has organized. And I really appreciate that they're considering soldiers and veterans in their plans for the year. Moral and spiritual support for our veterans is an important issue and one that we really appreciate the Parry Sound Curling Club support.
There was no entry fee, and each team was required to gather pledges payable to the Military Families Fund of the Canadian Forces Morale and Welfare Services. All pledges collected went directly to the Military Families Fund, which provides assistance to all Canadian Armed Forces members or their families who may face unforeseen or immediate needs directly related to the condition of military service.
My name is retired Sergeant Philip Lukoski, and I have served for 23 years in the Canadian Air Force, traveled around the world, and many tours for the Canadian Forces.
Money raised locally can be designated to assist local needs.
The big needs are the psychological aspect of things, and just trying to get back into the civilian world and back into the home life. When you're out in the field, you've got your camaraderie, you've got a home there. When you come back to your real life, that's when there's an adjustment. And family members, military members, relatives all have to adjust, and it's difficult at times. I think this event is an eye-opener for the public, asking for help, needing help. But the overall, with this spiel, the overwhelming of support that we have received from the town of Parry Sound, from other areas, phenomenal. And it's good to see that we have the support out there from the civilian sector.
The Parry Sound Legion, along with M&M Meats, hosted a beer and wings night at the local branch Friday, opening up the weekend with close camaraderie and great hospitality, setting a most welcoming atmosphere for the weekend's event. Curling began Saturday morning and finished Sunday afternoon with the closing awards presentation. The 2-4 format has 2 players on a team, each throwing 4 rocks for 4 ends. No sweeping, except for the curler in the house calling the shot. The 48 teams were organized into 6 pools of 8 teams and competed in an 8-team, 4-event draw. All teams were guaranteed 3 games. An attempt was made to seed the pools, with experienced curlers in a pool, inexperienced curlers and non-curlers blended into other pools, and finally a separate pool for the air cadets, who also got into the action. The winner of each pool advanced to the championship round, with both players drawing 1 rock to the button without sweeping. The 6 pool winners were then ranked according to the success of the team draw to the button. Andrew Consolo and Debbie Pavlov, a team from Guelph, Ontario, were declared the champions with the highest score. Pavlov hit the 4-foot and Consolo drew the button. All pool winners were awarded prizes of Maple-Dale cheese and golf shirts sporting the embroidered Curler's Care logo. During the Bonspiel, a representative from the Canadian Morale and Welfare Services was available to answer questions about the Military Families Fund program. They also had a display of merchandise. The Parry Sound community mobilized behind the event, with many sponsors and volunteers stepping forward to assist.
The reason my wife Carol and I decided that we'd like to sponsor this event is that we felt it was in some small measure a way of us paying back, if you like, or recognizing the sacrifices that our armed forces are providing for us. I hope this event is going to be an annual event. And I also hope that eventually it'll be a national event. And as long as it's running, my wife and myself, we plan on supporting it.
Club curlers were on the ice to provide assistance to non-curlers and air cadets as necessary. The relaxed format provided the non-curlers with a pleasant experience as they got to throw 16 rocks with no sweeping. By the third game, they became very comfortable and were amazed they could draw the house and make takeouts. Thanks to the support of Bill Connor and his staff at Connor Industries, who generously hosted a turkey dinner for all curlers and veterans. Many others sponsored a pool, provided draw prizes or items for the silent auction table. There are over 1,000 curling clubs in Canada with about 1.3 million curlers. The Parry Sound Curling Club extends an invitation to curling clubs across Canada to host a 2-4 Bonspiel in their own community in support of troops, veterans, and their families. It's a great way for curlers from all corners of our country to make a powerful statement of appreciation, support, and respect for those who are serving or for those who have served in the Canadian Armed Forces.
I think it's a great way to raise awareness and to raise money for the veterans. I wasn't certain how necessary fundraising events like this were until I came to this event. So it's really been an eye-opener. I would just like to thank veterans everywhere for defending our country and keeping us safe as citizens of Canada.